Welcome to this explainer for the AI Care Agents 24/7 AI Governance Learning Pathway. We're a California nonprofit, and we are absolutely dedicated to helping organizations like yours, clinics, legal aid groups, and nonprofits move from total confusion to governed action. In this Cornerstone 3 module, we are laying the absolute groundwork for your AI governance journey.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our agenda for today. First, the regulatory baseline. Second, the California AI law timeline. Third, the sector impact matrix. And fourth, your governance action plan. This Cornerstone module is all about laying that critical foundation for you.
Section 1, the regulatory baseline. This is the fundamental premise of our entire analysis today.
In Cornerstone 3, we have to answer a really critical question. Why does California matter in AI governance? I hear this all the time from organizations operating outside the state. Well, the answer is pretty straightforward. Because California boasts the world's fifth largest economy, it effectively sets the national regulatory baseline. Even if your organization operates entirely outside of the state, they are the pace setters, and their rules inevitably ripple out and shape the standard for absolutely everyone.
So when we say regulatory baseline, we mean the foundational standard of compliance that makes AI governance an immediate, urgent priority for community-focused organizations nationwide. Governance is no longer a nice-to-have or, something you can just push off to next year. It is a critical, urgent priority right now for any clinic, legal aid, or nonprofit utilizing AI. You absolutely must be prepared.
Section 2, the California AI law timeline. Let's move to and see how this builds by looking at the specific legislative drivers that are actively shaping this landscape.
We are mapping out a bit of an alphabet soup here when it comes to specific California legislative drivers. We have emerging AI bills like AB 3030 and AB 489, which introduce strict transparency rules for generative AI, especially in sensitive areas like healthcare. Then you have the major privacy frameworks, the California Consumer Privacy Act, or CCPA, and the California Privacy Rights Act, the CPRA. And all of this operates alongside specific sector rules. If you're in the clinic, legal aid, or nonprofit space, you absolutely must understand these specific drivers to operate safely.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the chronological rollout. These rules didn't just appear out of thin air. We started with Phase 1, which established foundational privacy through the CCPA. Then, the landscape matured into Phase 2, bringing updated privacy standards via the CPRA. And now we are squarely in Phase 3, dealing with dedicated AI governance drivers represented by bills like AB 3030 and AB 49. Seeing this progression shows us that AI regulation is really a direct evolution of the privacy frameworks that came right before it.
Section 3, the sector impact matrix. Let's take these abstract laws and map them directly to your daily operations. Please take a look at the matrix on your screen. This shows exactly how these drivers hit the ground in your organization. When AI is in the mix, patient communications must follow strict rules governed by AB 3030 and AB 489, which means you can't just auto-generate patient emails without clear, mandated disclosures. For clinical authority cues, utilizing AI requires distinct handling and transparency based on specific sector rules. And of course, your data privacy practices are still subject to those rigorous CCPA and CPRA frameworks.
So, the crucial point is captured straight from our source material. These regulations dictate how patient communications, clinical authority cues, and data privacy must be handled when AI is in the mix. I really want to emphasize this because it underscores the direct operational impact of these regulations. It's not just abstract legal jargon. It completely changes how you must manage your day-to-day operations the second you integrate AI into your workflow.
Section 4, your governance action plan. It's time to shift gears toward practical solutions and a clear pathway to governed action.
As an organization, you really have two choices here. On one side, reacting to compliance, which basically means confusion, high operational risk, and constantly scrambling to meet new laws after the fact. On the other side, staying ahead of compliance. That means governed action, deep preparedness, and strategic alignment. Understanding the legislative timeline we just walked through is your ultimate key to staying ahead of compliance rather than just reacting to it.
And this brilliantly illustrates what you need to do next to get prepared. Step 1. We've summarized these critical regulations for you, so go ahead and download the CalCA Law Quick Reference PDF in the description below to keep these state-specific drivers easily accessible.
Step 2, proceed to the next module in this playlist to continue building your foundation. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. But before you go, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought regarding the sheer urgency of California's regulatory pace setting. Will your organization take the steps today to stay ahead of compliance, or will you find yourself merely reacting to it tomorrow?